Well, hello and welcome to my 2026 4th of July display. So, it is 4th of July today, which is when I'm recording it, and 250 years, America's birthday. So, I kind of went big, kind of not. I mean, I did something very nice this year, a lot better than last year, with it being symmetrical and stuff. But definitely an upgrade because my 20-foot Uncle Sam last year kept falling over and over. So, but I'm gonna start on this side right here. So, right on the edge, I have these tiny American flags. Last year, when I first moved in, this was 4th of July was the first display I did, and I thought the ground was way too hard to stake and stuff. So I was pretty mad, and I was just using weights to hold down the flag, and it kept moving. But now I found out if I use those metal stakes instead, they work a lot better. And I was able to get it done with the Jimmy Cheap stakes, surprisingly, but these work too. I just hammered some rebar in and then made a hole to stick them in, and I went all the way down there. They're pretty nice, definitely add a lot more to the display, kind of a barrier. I definitely like them. They look small, which they are, but they actually add a lot to the display, so, and I guess they're very nice. But right here, the centerpiece for this yard is the birthday cake because of the star, and it's kind of like tall. It's tall, pretty much as tall as the flag in the Uncle Sam. So it has to be tall, and it can't be too wide or something. So this thing works like perfectly, and I like the star. But actually, right above that, I have another star. So I got this at Walmart. My mom got it for me, actually. But you can't really see in the day, but it has some red. And it looks really, really good at night. And I also have the tree red, white, and blue, which matches the star. So it looks really good. Moving this way, there's the Lowe's 3.5-foot Happy 4th of July star. Pretty nice. These new ones have white LEDs, which is so much better for 4th of July. Because last year my stuff was warm white. Now I put cool white bulbs in there. You see it at night, but you can kind of see it now. Also, there's thinning, and that thing ripped this year. So, definitely time for a new one next year. I mean, I could easily get one more year out of it, maybe even two, but it definitely doesn't inflate the greatest anymore. And there's cracking all over. So I definitely want a new one, and it's kind of yellow, so I think it's just time for a new one. Definitely want to save those bulbs once I do throw it out, though. Keep the fan. But I definitely like how I did it. And don't mind the Halloween spotlight, because the red was too dim, so I put 2 red ones. Now it's pretty bright. There's the blue spotlight. And it's kind of matching, because I'd say there's more blue on these, and there's red. There's equal amount of red, and then there's a good amount of white. So that side's more red, this side's a little more blue. Kind of matches how I have it spotlighted. So here's the eagle. I had it in the tree last year, but it kept falling, so decided it's time for it to go on the ground. I definitely like it here. Then there's the 6-foot Uncle Sam I had also in the same spot. The flag was also in the same spot, so those two didn't change locations, but definitely looks a lot better than last year because of all the new stuff. So after this yard, which is the better yard, but over here I have this yard. I was gonna buy the 6-foot Patriotic ribbon to put like there. This is gonna be the more meaningful yard. Kind of with the flag, you know. Definitely want that big flag. Also kind of supported it with PVC. But you can't really see that too much, especially with the flag there. But here's the other mini flags. I have 4 in this yard. Definitely need to pull out weeder, actually. But there's the hat. The hat actually ripped on me, which I'll show you right now. Which is why I don't have the tethers. so kind of bad. But I also had the fan quit working, so I do have a YF60 in the hole that ripped in the back, and this one doesn't even work. So I advise you, when you buy this, you might want to watch out. High gusts of wind took it and blew it all the way in my backyard, and the fan was literally hanging on the gate. So if it didn't have a fan, it'd probably not even be in my yard anymore. So, but yeah, this was going to be the more meaningful yard. Kind of with the hat, I guess. I was gonna have the ribbon, support our troops, but I ended up not getting it with the flag there too. But I say it turned out pretty good, and definitely something I can look forward to doing next year. But the only downgrade about this year is that I don't have the 20-foot Uncle Sam anymore. I sold it for $50 because I thought it was unfixable, but with what I can do now, I definitely could have fixed it. So, okay, so that's all I got to say for this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.